title says, I acquired a Tapmatic here. Nice little gadget. So this is going to be a very short video. I'm going to show a couple of clips of me fooling around with it on the mill, and then I'll bring you over to the bench and give you an overview what my opinion is of it, how it kind of works, and so on. So hope you enjoy, and see you next time. Well, I know this is not going to be the greatest view in the world, and I know my arm is going to get in the way, but I don't think you care about seeing me drill a hole. Try to contain some of the chips there. This is going to be a 1032 tap, and it's going to be pretty darn deep. Where is my tap aluminum? Right here. Keep the chips from sticking to the drill bit. Try to get out of the way. I love that Tapmatic aluminum. This stuff is great. It's getting pretty far. More tap. Fill the hole up. Well, I'm going to be in the way. It'll be really interesting to see how this tapping head works. I've got it set for pretty light right now. As I showed, almost going to break through, right? No? Come on. Alright, more fluid. There. Hurry up and break through, would you? There. Wait. There, got it. Alright, so we gotta take this thing out. Lock the spindle. Ooh, it's a mess. And get that out. Ooh, will this tapping head fit in the clearance that I have? It's a good question. Where'd it go? Oh, it's over here. Will it fit? I have a feeling I may have to use some other collet system, which I don't want to do, but let's see if I can get it in there while it's in the collet. Will it go? Nope, it's gonna hit. Great, I bought something that I can't use because it's too big. Unless I take the ER32 out of there, then yes, I can definitely do it. Wow. There's no other way of getting this in there, right? That goes way up in there. I should be able to do it. I don't know why I was having a problem here. Wow, huh? Well, I have to do it with this output. Oi! Alright, how do you loosen that up? And I gotta get the Allen to get the thing out, right? Yeah. Oi. Out, loosen that. Turn it around, loosen this one. Comes out, get rid of that. Put it in there now. Yep, goes in there now. Always fun playing with this. I don't think I'm going to clear it still. I'm going to have to move the DRO display to the side so I can go higher. Okay, move that and go up more. That's as high as I can go. Well, that's not as high as I can go. I can go higher. I still gotta move the display way out of the way. What am I hitting? Oh, I'm at the end of the compression things. Alright, tighten that up. Unlock it. Boy, this is gonna be some learning curve, huh? Alright, tighten that down. Turn it around, tighten the other one. Hey, alright, so that's tight. That's tight. That's out of the way. All this junk. Let's see what this thing's gonna do, huh? Alright, so I guess it's ready to go. You just hold the handle. Boy, that's pretty darn fast. Get ready to hit the emergency release. Okay, so it's not tight enough. Bring it down a little bit more. Still not tight enough, huh? Alright, tighter. Jeez, how tight do I have to go? I don't want to break a tap off here. Yeah. How do you back it up now? There. Yeah, that is quite a bit of force to go in there. Tighten it more. Still slipping, huh? Jeez, how much do I have to tighten it? How do you reverse anyway? This is interesting. So, if it froze, shouldn't it be reversing? Well, I don't know. Let's go curious. Yeah, I guess to reverse it, you have to lift the head up. So, I don't know how much force this thing you have to put on this thing, or how it auto reverse. Oh, you gotta hang on to that. Forgot. I like the wobble in it. Yeah, it does self-center. And then I lift it up, and it starts to reverse out. So, interesting, man. Wow. What a toy to play with. So, it's pretty darn long. I have to go way, almost to the top of the rack. So I'm not sure if I can really use this thing, or I should just sell it, you know? Because it doesn't go up any further, does it? Loosen that up. No, I have to shorten out this arbor that's on this thing. Because I'm hanging out probably a ½ inch. I'd get just a ½ inch more out of it. Boy, what a thing to play with. So, yeah, like anything, it's a learning curve. So, let me see if I can get this thing out of here. Oh, there, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, I just have to move the table over. I didn't want to move the table because then I'm going to lose position, but I could have used the DRO. So, okay, learning curve. Be interesting to play with it some more. The Tapmatic Adventure, let me tell you. Tapmatic, what is it, 30 TCDC. In playing with this thing, I guess first up, I'd love to get this out, because this is pretty long. This hits inside of a ER32 collet, it bottoms out, and I can go actually further. But yes, you can go to tapmatic.com, you can download the user manual, you can look up this particular model, and it tells you there's some 5 different ones, same model number, 5 different ones that are a taper, different tapers, and there are another 5 some units that have different threads types in there. So I have no idea if this is a threaded or a tapered, and I've tried to do everything to get it out and failed, so okay. Next up, this little ring, I have no idea why it's here. I did take it off so I could Scotch-Brite it and clean the thing up and put it back. If you're trying to remove it, there's another groove here, and it goes in that groove. It's even harder to get this ring out of that groove than this groove. Next up, this wasn't turning, and I was guessing that, where is it? A set screw here tightens it down so it can't move. You just barely loosen it, and you can spin this around The threads up here are so you can take this thing off, and you just see a bazillion springs in there. Why you would ever tighten that down, I don't know. Maybe the new ones it moves real easy, but it doesn't move that easy on this one. This controls how much force you're going to put on the tap. And it took a while to figure out. There's little lines here that go around, and they go higher and higher. So right now this is screwed down on top of the line for number 2. If I go down further, it's 3. 4, the line is almost in the center. 5, it's just slightly below center. So that's your force. And it, in my test here of what was it? It's a 1032. It takes a lot of force. It's my good YG1 tap, which goes into anything without stopping, and it didn't even go halfway through this thing. So, and I had the force pretty high. I would not use that much force to do a tap, because I know if I'm making a project, I probably spent hours making something, then I got to tap it, and I'm going to break a tap off in it, and everything's trashed. So I would rather use the wrench than something like this. No. The bottom part, yes, you can undo this. I still haven't quite figured out what that does. It's supposed to be some kind of a stop, even reading the instructions. But you can unscrew it, and then you take a ring off, and you can take the handle off, and so on. I didn't take it completely apart, because you look at the user manual, there's like a bazillion complicated gears in there. Next, the nut was pretty rusted and nasty, so I made my own 28 threads per inch arbor, screwed it on there, put it in the lathe, turned it, sanded it, faced it, so it's all nice and clean. This guy, now they do have a correct piece that's supposed to be in there to grab the tap, and it's a rubber ring with little teeth on it, and as you come down, the teeth grab and the rubber ring collapses. So somebody hand filed something. My thought was, this is what holds the tap, so I had just machined 2 of them for a particular tap size. I think this was the 1032 that I tested it with. So you just stick it in there, and it holds the tap straight. There's 2 set screws, one here and one here, and they're in a square block. So when you put the tap in there, the square bottom of it, you can tighten down so the tap doesn't spin. So that's kind of a summary of what I know about this thing. Yeah, so you just goes right in there, holds the tap straight. I've got an O-ring in here which collapses it. So the self-reversing, it does not self-reverse. You have to make it reverse by raising it. So the concept is you take it down until it hits the material and it starts threading. This starts coming out, and then at some point it just starts slipping. But if you want to reverse it, you have to pull it all the way out, and you have to hold this, and then it reverses. So you manually bring it up. Now if you've done a deep thread, you got to keep coming up as it reverses out, otherwise it'll stop reversing on you. This handle, they got a label on the top that says caution, do not hold by hand. Serious injury, right? Yeah, serious injury possible, whatever. I did my test run just holding it, and it didn't seem like it's a big deal. You can forget to hold it, and all of a sudden it's flying around on you, and you have to stop the mill. And I don't know what you're going to use other than your hand. It's not long enough to hit the column or anything. You'd have to jerry-rig something to do it, and it also says don't lengthen it. Why? I don't know, but okay. So bottom line is this is too big for a mini mill. Even with the double racks that I have twice the distance. I have a lot of distance. You just can't do this. You know, you have a tap poking out, and that's a lot. How many inches is that? So this is strictly for a full-size mill, and again, I'd be afraid to, what do you got? It's about 7 inches here. Wow, with the tap in it. I could remove the ER32 collet chuck and stick other collets up in the machine, but I don't want to be banging everything to just do some tapping. So this is going to be for sale. If anybody wants it at a ridiculous price, I'm probably going to ask $100 plus whatever the shipping is, which USPS shouldn't be much at all. But it's fully functional as far as I can tell. I just can't fit it in my mill, and I'm afraid to use this thing to do a bunch of tapping, unless it's like I'm making a mini pallet or something and it's pretty thin. No, the mini pallets I have are this thick, so I couldn't even do that. So that's about all I have to say about this. It's a nice tool, but not for me.